Alright. He ain't playing. He played these games before.
Alright, guys, we have officially launched the Patreon.
Nigga, what? Well, you know what niggas doing Patreon. I ain't hopping on there though.
Using a super advanced algorithm, we're gonna choose one of them to give a gift to. But I have. Also in other news, the princess fucking right. And apart. Having a friend that's there for you unconditionally is just about the most awesome thing in the world. Me and my friend used to spend all day every day doing the craziest and most dangerous shit. You know those days when you come back inside and you're still on cloud 9 from all the crazy shit you and your friend were doing? And then your parents like, oh, looks like somebody had a good day outside with their friend. And in your head you're just thinking, she's going to be so mad when she finds out we just shat on our neighbor's doorstep. Sleepovers were especially...
On the doorstep, shitting on the doorstep. I heard the niggas throwing that shit on the walls, on the toilet and shit. That's nasty as hell. But on the doorstep, you gotta have some real animosity towards this person. That's like what a dog would do.
Fun. I remember those days sitting with my friend, watching the TV's glorious transition as it dawned from Cartoon Network to Adult Swim, feeling like I was doing something bad. Can you imagine if we had a Rick and...
I remember this shit, bro. That's really niggas really started learning adult shit up in a barbershop and Adult Swim. Cause you had that Family Guy, American Dad, Rick and Morty, Futurama, Cleveland Show. I learned a lot up in the barbershop though. I heard a lot of stories. The baby mama drama. The pregnancy scares. It goes a long way. But it shaped you to being a man.
Morty, back then, we'd be f***ing geniuses by now. So one day I go over to my friend Davion's backyard, and my guy is outside just straight up throwing punches at absolutely nothing. He's waxing on, he's waxing off. He's like got perfect form right now, but like it's being wasted because he's just punching the air. Why is he doing this? Like we need somebody's face behind this. I automatically assume that he's in some kind of trouble and he's probably training for it. My guy, exactly what are you doing right now? Huh? Oh hey man. Just shadowboxing. Oh, hey man, just shadowboxing. Nigga, what are you shadowboxing for? He then drops his smile and gets super serious. And from the look on his face, I already get the assumption that whatever he's about to tell me is going to be super important to him. So he goes, now if I tell you, you have to come with me because I cannot risk getting caught. Anyone who knows about it has to be there. It's mandatory. I am instantly like, okay nigga, who are we fighting? And how badly do you want their face smashed in? Yo, hearing that sentence as a kid automatically sounds like the coolest thing in the world is about to take place, and I will be damned if I'm gonna miss it. But, just simply put, I should not have gone to this thing. I should not have gone. Girls from the hood can be the most beautiful people on the planet, but they can also be the fucking worst. And we've all grown up knowing at least one girl that acts exactly like this. Her name was Irene, and she was abysmally gross, my guy. And we all know this girl, right? She likes to stand outside all day, holding up the sky with her equally gross and underdressed friends. She's gotta hit you with a before and after every sentence. She's always eating hot Cheetos, but she's usually eating them with a fork because, oh, they got cheese on them and I don't want to fuck up my nails. Come every single party that got thrown in the hood, she was usually found in the back dancing on at least 5 guys.
5?
I'm not talking...
Damn, she took 5 dicks that night. I wonder what this person is right about now. She could be on that OF. Or the corn. Yeah.
About the burger restaurant. But she did like to take everyone's beef. For all I know, this is hereditary though, because her mom was the queen of disgustingness. 3 times the age and thotting around at least 3 times a day, she was able to rack up on much hate in our community for cheating with taken men. I would say if you look closely, you'd find that at least 80% of our neighborhood's drama was centered around this girl and her mom. My older sister even had to put the pause on this girl on multiple occasions because she has a big all-inclusive mouth and she doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. Well, she's having a competition to decide who's gonna be her new boyfriend. What is this foolishness coming out of your face right now? See, I already knew you were gonna be judgmental about it. If you're allowed to do something stupid, then I'm allowed to tell you that it's stupid. So at this point, he starts trying to explain to me how the competition is gonna go. There are 3 areas that you could compete in order to demonstrate your value. Push-ups, slapboxing, and a foot race. If you're able to succeed in the first 2 areas, then it betters your chances of being picked when she gets to the last area.
My nigga, we over here doing Olympics for a bitch. We running races. We finna box. We finna do push-ups for a bitch. No, I ain't competing for nobody. Either you want me for me or you don't. What did I look like doing 1,000,000 push-ups for you? Over here beating a nigga ass for you. I'm not finna fight over you. You not that important. Hey, Zago T. Fuck you too, lame man.
And get me, she did crazy shit for attention back in the day, but never anything this freaking stupid. I'm like, hold on, back up. You're telling me that this is for the Irene that was caught giving up in the bathroom, right? That's the one? He's freaking owning it right now. He's proud of this, that this is a decision that he's actively choosing to make. You've got to be kidding me, dude. There is no way you're going to willingly thrust yourself into a competition with all of this girl's simps in order to compete for a girl's lips that have most likely been passed around like a bowl of mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving. So he goes back to shadowboxing like I haven't just said shit to him. I'm pleading with him in the background for the sake of our friendship. Don't do this. Dude, you're my friend. And I know we're just a bunch of thirsty kids, but we're not desperate enough to put ourselves in situations like these for the not so grand.
Bro, you gotta be a W-ass friend, bro. Come on then. Put some knowledge in your friend head, bro. Tell them don't go through with this, bro. It ain't that serious. This nigga dead ass finna fight over a hoe.
Role of being a boyfriend of someone like her. If you decide you want to go, then that's fine. But there is no way in hell I'm sneaking out of my house tonight to go with you. So late at night, I'm sneaking out of my house so I can go with him. I got dressed, stuffed some clothes in my bed so that nobody gets suspicious, and I set my Teen Titans stopwatch to have me back at home in about 3 hours.
Nigga,
if anyone's seen my previous videos, you know that this Teen Titans stopwatch is essential for doing bad kid stuff. After that, I creep from my bed over to my window, and I slowly slide the glass up and position myself outside the ledge. My adrenaline is pumping at this point, especially when I let go of the ledge and jump down into the bushes. But it was like a 3-foot drop, so I was probably just... We start walking across the street and to the big-ass field where this thing is being held, and the further away I get from my house, the less inclined I feel to actually go through with this. Reason being is there's this one guy who's several times gone out of his way to try and fight me in public. His name was Kevon, but for the remainder of this video, we're going to call him Idiot Face. No matter what event was going on, he was usually there and usually trying to fight me. Now the reason he said he hated me so much had nothing to do with me. It had to do with something that my sister had said to him. But because we lived in a time where it was just inappropriate to hit women, even if they were to like literally walk up to you and shoot you in the face, he openly admitted that he wanted to take his frustrations out on me, which ranked very, very highly on my list of what it means to be an absolute fucking ass bitch. I knew for a fact that if I showed up, he would more than likely be looking for an excuse to fight me. So we've got...
Shit, at this point, you might as well just... Damn, these niggas actually stretching for this shit. They really finna run up the whole Olympics for her. For this. And she probably gonna leave you for another nigga. Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, nigga just said he wanna fight me for some reason. Shit, I guess we just gonna have to fight.
People stretching, swapping Gatorades. She's sitting in her chair in the middle of the field just loving the attention.
Like y'all dead ass finna fight over her.
The worst simp of all was there. So I go over and sit somewhere in the field so I'm not in the way. And wouldn't you know it, Idiot Face decides he's gonna stretch right next to me to assert some kind of BS dominance. Swear to God, one of these days I'm gonna punch you right in the Before you know it, hats are off, everyone's racing, and most of these guys suck viciously. My friend and Idiot Face are in the lead. They're just about evenly matched, heel to heel, toe to toe.
Okay.
But of course, Idiot Face can't have that and starts pushing and taunting Davion. And does she say anything about the fact that he just obviously The rules?
Hell no.
Of course not, because that would just make way too much sense to be the case. And I'm pretty sure you guys already know where the hell this whole competition is going, but to make matters worse, he's even cheating during push-ups. He's calling people out for having the wrong form and getting them disqualified by her, essentially being—
Oh, you a hoe ass nigga. You not just a nigga, you a hoe ass nigga. Oh, you dead ass is a cheater. Yeah, everybody after this gonna beat your ass. They all jumping you. Can't lie. They is doing your ass in. Pause.
self-proclaimed proctor of the entire damn competition, and when he calls you out, God forbid you say anything about it, because then he'll just threaten to tell your parents that you snuck out to this event in the first place. And it's fairly obvious to me at this point that this entire thing is rigged, because not only was he bumping into my friend during the race, he is the only one with the incorrect form while doing push-ups, and she has not said a thing to him. He stops what he's doing, and he calmly walks across the field to where she's sitting and whispers in her ear. These guys are getting really buddy-buddy. After this nigga says whatever he just said in her ear, he points over to me, and she looks. Now what they did next,
oh,
had me
you
shooting
fucking
adrenaline straight from my into my heart. There is nothing worse than seeing two of the people you hate the most work together. Something was off. That goes without saying. When I was younger growing up in the projects of Indiana, children fighting was a common occurrence. I never really liked to fight, but oddly enough, fights would always still find me. And looking back, I honestly think that that's why people wanted to fight me. Whenever I did fight, it was never to prove a point, it was always as a last resort just to protect myself. And maybe you gotta grow up in the hood to get it, but people fought over the dumbest shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, in certain situations you have to fight, but all the fights that I witnessed when I was coming up was over something as dumb and small as, you have your beliefs, I have my beliefs, let's try and hurt each other. In my defense,
I seen two niggas fight over a Capri Sun. Smooth little fight.
Defense in these situations was always to be as friendly as possible, because my thoughts were, who wants to fight the friendly, lovable guy who doesn't even like fighting?
Everybody.
Yo, everybody wants to fight the friendly, lovable guy that doesn't like fighting. And let me
it's just like a thing in people. It's just when other people see you happy, they want to make your happiness go away because they not happy. That's just the hate in everybody. But that's okay. I'ma keep being that nigga.
tell you, my mom really hated that shit. And understandably so. I was her kid, so in a way I reflected her image. And as my mom used to say, I'm not a p***y, and I don't raise p***ys. So after a while,
W mom.
I wouldn't get hit with a belt when I misbehaved. I would get punched in the chest for my failures. So hard sometimes, it would put any piece left leg to shame. And this is why I revere my mother as an absolute genius. I came to view her as the only person strong enough to ever put me in any real danger. So, after a while, I didn't fear people as much. As long as you weren't my mom, the most you could do is hurt me. But that lady who lives with me could probably do way worse.
Ooh.
Now, I still hated fighting, but that's the difference. I hated it. I didn't fear it. And now that you guys are all caught up with my backstory, you're just about ready to find out why nobody in that neighborhood ever with me again.
Okay.
She walks over to me. She's not even keeping track of the guys still doing push-ups and sweating their hearts out for her crazy-ass competition.
Now what the heck does she want?
So, you don't want to compete?
No,
Hell
not really.
no.
What? You think you're too good for me?
Hell yeah. I'll happily walk out.
Just not the kind of girl I'm after.
Oh.
Not interested. Besides, I only came for support.
Oh, so, you think I'm ugly?
Yes.
So one guy says no to you, and you jump to being ugly? That's kind of pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
What's the problem?
This competition, that's the problem. You got all these guys here for no reason, way past curfew, for a 30% chance at winning you over. Not only have you looped in my worst enemy, but my best friend. He's better than this whole competition.
Mm-hmm.
So you think I'm here wasting people's time?
Hell yeah.
Not even close.
Oh yeah? Not even close? Okay, tell me why my guy's in the background pacing like he's getting ready for a fight. Tell me why you think I'm so dumb that I wouldn't know that boxing is the next part of the activity, and that he's definitely gonna take it too far. And no matter how hard the other contestants have been working, you guys have just been making it seem like it's about me and him. Brody, she tries desperately to get me to compete for another minute or so.
To compete. Hey, Zago T, would you ever compete for a girl?
Hell no.
Good. Fuck, I look like competing. Like we in the Olympics for you. You're not that special.
After she realizes that it's probably not gonna work on me. Huh?
I know you want to do this, baby. Kiss me and I'll show you.
Oh, shit. I ain't gonna lie, cuz you gonna have to throw her off you. Them lips done touched too much meat. You don't want that on you.
Like I said, no thanks.
Be gone!
What? You thought all it would take was for you to touch me and get really close to my face and my heart would just be beating out of its chest for you? When I smell your breath, all I smell are the 1,000 guys that you've been with before me. No. I am not a fan of used goods. I don't care how angry it makes you. I don't care that you have lighter skin than most of the dark girls you hung around. I think black is beautiful. I don't care that you had straighter hair than them. Nappy makes me happy. And I don't care that you developed boobs more than all the girls around you. Flat is where it's at. And the fact that you only came over here and
See, I fucked with the first two, but flat is where it's at is not it. You gotta have some curvage, you know, development.
started doing all that after he whispered something in your ear. Like, it's obviously a ploy to get me to fight this guy, which is what he really wants. If I'm fighting on behalf of a friend, then that's fine. But if I'm fighting just because some guy really wants to do it, then no, I'm not doing it. But little did I know, I no longer had a say in the matter. Idiot Face has been watching her fail to get me interested in the competition the whole time, and now he's a little impatient. Bro, you and me, we're gonna fight right now. Let's go. I don't care about none of the shit you have to say. I don't think anyone's ever wanted something as badly as he wants it right now. Guy's getting super hyped and like putting his hands on me to try to incite some kind of a violent reaction from me. I'm like, bro,
We've got a whole competition going on right now. It would be pointless for us to fight.
he is trying to hear none of it. Nah, nigga, me and you right now.
Why though? I've never done anything to you.
I am so fucking sick of you trying to avoid fighting me.
Just answer me.
But the look he gave me told me everything I needed to know.
He's
He didn't
scared.
have a decent reason for wanting to fight me in the first place. His reasoning doesn't involve me, and it just about barely even involves my sister. And it definitely was not for—
Then you trying to slide that Alfredo? That shit smell good.
You know what?
Trying to slide that Alfredo?
Hell no. Stay blessed.
That shit smell good though.
I know it do. Stay blessed.
Fuck you too.
Irene.
Trying to share no wing?
Huh?
You weren't trying to share no wing?
Nigga, you was checking my wings.
What you mean? But you want to share them bitches though?
I wasn't.
He was only doing this because he had a point to prove. Either to himself, his friends, or his dad, whoever the hell else. When I was younger, I always looked significantly older than I actually was. Mainly because—
You too? When I was 15, niggas thought I was 18. It felt good and it didn't feel good at the same time.
of my height. And as a result, quite often, when people first met me, they'd be really afraid of me. Until they realize I'm not a fighter. Now, one of three things would happen after they made this sudden realization. They'd either become my friend, or they'd try and tell me I should play basketball. But more often than not, they would try and fight me. Mainly because they'd want to collect a trophy for having taken down the biggest guy in their grade. And as far as I know, this shit is actually a pandemic because most of the taller people that I know are not fighters. They just kind of feel like they have to be because people keep fucking testing them all the time. The only people I know that are genuinely fighters are short people because they have so much of a fucking point to—
Cause they the lit niggas. They the short man syndrome. There it go. They got something to prove. Cause you gonna talk about their height to the fullest of its ability. Shit, I would too.
prove. Like, goddamn, nobody cares. Point being, I understood what he was trying to do. And part of me actually wanted him to win, because then if he won, this shit would be over, and he would never be in my face talking about this again. Oh, shut up. Cut it out with this sentimental bullshit.
Beat his bitch ass.
I mean, you're not seriously gonna give up on a fight that you know you could win, right? You can be just as much of a fighter and just as much of an asshole as this kid. Exactly what rule dictates that you should take a loss for him?
I don't want to hurt people or get hurt.
How is that fair when somebody like him gets
I don't want to be like him.
Look, kid, I don't exactly want to spoil what life has in store for us, But this is actually one of the last few lessons that our mom got to teach us. And I do hate to say it, but I need you to become a little bit like him so that I can become a lot like her later.
Something's gonna happen to our mom?
Just let me worry about that. The only thing you need to do is punch this kid in his face. And you know damn well you want to do it. You've imagined yourself in this scenario many times. Dealing with little snot-nosed bitches like him your whole life. Dancing on a road paved and uplifted by idiots. You're the one that needs to be afraid of him? I say screw that. It's time to burn that little ego of his.
What if I can't?
That's not an option. Try harder than your best. Mom will not accept failure.
Ooh, that's hard.
I really don't understand why you'd want to
Lay that nigga down. Damn. Damn, I like that shit.
Guard, mid-sentence, with the sweetest punch in the face. He falls down to the ground and I'm standing over him. Everybody starts to surround us. My boy looks shook.
What the hell are you doing down there? Get the hell up. You can't make good on your word from the ground. Unless you were just putting on a show.
He stands up and hats are off. We are boxing. He grabs my neck, pushes me back, and delivers the hardest punch he could to my chest.
Okay.
Brody. Even my mom hits harder than you.
The crowd is going wild, adrenaline is pumping, but at the same time, the more confident that I act, the more it throws him off his game. After a while of him mainly playing defense, he decides he needs an advantage, so he tackles me down to the ground. Fine, I don't pick the ballroom, I just dance in it. So we're down there tussling and rolling around and,
I don't like that position right there. That shit kind of...
Nigga, the game is right there.
But yeah, beat that
we're
nigga
on the
ass.
ground wrestling until suddenly Irene calls out.
Guys, stop! Someone's coming!
We look off into the distance. We can see two silhouettes walking towards the group, and everybody's looking around at each other all of a sudden like we can all feel each other's ass whoopings coming. And just like that, the fight's over, bro. Like, we're not trying to get caught here by anyone's parents. I grab my stupid, naive friend, and we both start running home. I was pretty hurt because back during the fight, when I got tackled, I ended up landing on a stick or something.
Damn.
It out.
You okay, dog?
I'm fine. No thanks to you.
When Irene was about to kiss you, you pushed her away.
You still gonna defend her?
Not that. It's just, she did the same thing to me before at school. Honestly, that's kind of why I started to like her.
Hey man, I didn't want to go to this dumb shit in the first place.
Ooh, that's actually crazy. Girls really got that touch for real. Like they really could just turn it on like that, be all lovey-dovey and make a nigga heart start jumping and shit. That's that voodoo shit. I hate that shit.
It's not my fault she did that.
That's fine, but I kind of get what you mean now. It doesn't feel good watching her be able to give that kind of attention to any boy at any time. To make things worse, you got hurt. That guy was a butthole for trying to fight you. Sorry I got you into this mess, bro. Friends?
Yeah, man. Friends.
Maybe some of you guys remember what I said at the beginning of the first video, but if you don't, I'll reiterate for you. There are very few things on God's green earth that should be allowed to tear you and your friend apart. And there are even fewer things that we wouldn't do for our friends. We'll show up to things that we don't want to show up to, fight people that we don't want to fight. We'll even punch a thought right in her face. But if you learned anything from this video, the most important moral that you need to take away isn't friendship. I feel like that already goes without saying. The most important thing to take away from this story right here: if your kids are weak, you need to beat on them to make them strong.
Well, damn.